Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Oh, good morning. You all again? I didn't know you would be joining me today. Isn't today Saturday? Wait, it's Sunday? Today is already Sunday? Whoa, that time sure flew fast. Did you catch me and my awesome tune today? I love jamming out in my car, and that song is my theme song. I mean, how cool would it be to be a king? And I just don't mean for a day, I mean forever. I could eat all the Chick-fil-A I wanted and have my friends over for pool parties and buy more cars. Dude, I could buy so many cars. I really think I should try to find myself a crown to become king for the day. What do you think? If I have a crown, does that automatically make me king? I'm just gonna do that. I'm going to go find my crown and make myself the greatest king ever. Stay right here. I'll BRB.
Do you like my new crown? I found it laying on the sidewalk and I knew I had to have it. Wait, what was that? Crashing Cody is looking for my crown? Yeah, I sure hope not. Finders keepers, right? I mean, how many of you would love to live like a king or a queen? Many of us have thought about it before. How cool would it be? Life with no worries, no cares, no problems, a castle of our own, servants to wait on us, a chef cooking our favorite meals. Ooh. I want you to imagine for a moment that you are the king, though, of an entire country. You rule over everyone and everything in the entire country. Wouldn't that be awesome? It would be also a lot of money, but also a lot of responsibility. And today we're going to look at money. I relate this to the street sign, a detour. Have you ever seen a detour sign on the road? What does that mean? That's right, it means we have to go a different way. The road might be closed, or under construction, or shut down for some other reason. So we're forced to go a different way. The detour sign reminds us that it is God's plan, not our plan. This is definitely the case when it comes to our money. Today we're going to learn what God says about money, what it means to tithe, and why we should tithe. Plus, so much more. So are you ready to take a detour? Today, we have 4 things that we need to remember when it comes to money. Let's go learn our first one.
The first thing we need to remember when it comes to money is we must put God first. You can't serve God and money, you just cannot do it. I want you to think about something. How many of you have socks and shoes on? Who put on shoes first and then their socks? None of you? Well, of course not. That would be a silly thing to do. It doesn't work. You have to get the order right. You need to know what comes first. Now think about your toothbrush and toothpaste. How many of you brush your teeth in the morning? I hope all of you. It's an important thing to do. What if you brushed your teeth and then put on the toothpaste? Would that be a good idea? Of course not. It's important to put the toothpaste on before you brush your teeth. You have to know what comes first. One more example. Think of this flashlight. If it was dark and I was in a hurry to get some light, would it work to take the flashlight and leave the batteries behind? No, of course not. You have to put the batteries in the flashlight, or else it won't shine the light. The batteries have to go inside first. You have to get things in the right order and know what comes first. Now think of these 2 things, money and Jesus. Jesus said that it is very important to get these in the right order if life is going to work right. If we put money first in life, we end up in all kinds of trouble. Matthew 6:22 says, "But seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." Jesus said that it was important to put God first and not worry too much about money. He wanted us to make sure we put things in the right order. Our first point, remember to put God first.
this crown. Now I can be king for a day. And I found something else. Chocolate! Look at all this chocolate. It's all mine.
Good morning, Cody. What are you doing?
Crashing into things like I always do.
I guess so.
Chocolate. I have chocolate.
I see.
And it's
I love chocolate.
I can't wait to eat all this chocolate.
Do you think you could share a piece with me?
Nope.
Really? But you have so many. Can't I just have one? Peanut butter M&Ms are my favorite.
Nope.
No? Well, that's not very nice, Cody. I mean, you have so many, and I'm only asking for one.
I know, and it's all mine.
Well, that's not very nice. In fact, that's really pretty greedy. I think I'm gonna go find someone else to hang out with this morning.
I wonder what has gotten into her.
If you had to pick a box, which one would you choose? Do you like to watch any game shows? Like, shows on TV, they play different games, contestants can get a chance to win something. One really good show that I like is called Let's Make a Deal. On that show, contestants have a chance to trade in a prize they already have for a surprise. Sometimes they get a really cool prize, and sometimes they get nothing. Let's see who the big winners are in this case. How many of you chose box number 1? Oh man, box number 1 just had empty candy in it. Let's see what's in box number 2. Peanut butter M&Ms. These are my favorite. Congratulations to those of you who picked box number 2. That would have been the best choice. This box might have been a fake, but sometimes something similar actually happens in life. Our second point today is be on guard against greed. And sometimes people go through life making deals and trying to get more and more and more wealth. They think that the more money and things they have, the happier they're going to be. Jesus warned about that. He said, watch out. Be on guard against all kinds of greed. A man's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions. Then he told the story of a man whose land had produced so much grain that he had no place to store it. Even though he had plenty, he wanted more. So he decided to tear down his barns and build bigger ones. Jesus said this man was a fool, for when his life was over, he would leave everything behind. He would leave this world with nothing. Now, life is not a TV game show, and God doesn't make deals. God promised to supply all of our needs, but He has not promised to fulfill every selfish wish. God can take our money and use it so much better than if we keep it to ourselves.
Our first point was put God first. Our second point is to be on guard against greed. That leads us then to the third point, tithe first. To understand this, we must first know what tithe means. The word tithe literally means the word tenth. It means to give 1 tenth of our annual produce or earnings for the support of the church. It says that when we earn money, we need to give 1/10 of it. The idea of 1/10 though might be a little hard for you to understand. But think of it this way. If you earn $10, it means you give one of them to the church. Okay, but I have another example for you. I got this candy bar, and it has 3, 6, 9, 10 pieces. It means when I take the candy bar, I just have to give away 1 piece. And when we look at it that way, God's not asking us for a lot, right? And yet the reward is huge. There's so many Bible verses that help us. 2 Chronicles 31, verses 4 through 5 says, in addition, he required the people in Jerusalem to bring a portion of their goods to the priests and Levites, so that they could devote themselves fully to the law of the Lord. When the people of Israel heard these requirements, they responded generously by bringing the first share of their grain, new wine, olive oil, honey, and all the produce of their fields. They brought a large quantity, a tithe of all they produced. You see, God can use our wealth in so many more ways and vastly spread it in more ways than we could ever imagine. But it's up to us to trust him and to tithe. I'm going to put Crashing Cody and Cautious Carla up to a challenge and see if they can figure out my tithing challenge. All right, you two, I have a challenge. Think you guys can compete nicely against one another?
Absolutely. Of course. But we all know who the winner will be.
Ooh. Okay. I know you like speed, but not so fast, Cody. You gotta slow down once in a while because this is gonna take actually a little bit of time.
Time? Nobody needs time when you have my speed.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see about that. Here's how it works. You each are going to get, see this bag of coins, and your challenge is to figure out how much your tithe would be out of this and bring it to me. Okay? Understand?
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. I like to carefully count my money.
Okay.
I've got this one in the bag. I am ready to speedily get through this.
All right, I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but ready, set, go. Remember, their job is to figure out how much the tithe would be in their bag of coins. There's obviously 2 different ways to figure this out. But one of them's the correct one.
I think.
You got it?
I got it, I think.
Let me see. No.
What do you mean, no?
No, you didn't. You obviously didn't count correctly and then figure out what your tithe is. Nope, the answer is
What? Do you guys have all yours? Are these mine?
mm-hmm. Still working it out.
How about this?
Oh, let me see. No.
Did you even count it?
Oh, let me see again. No. Try again. Maybe you should go slow for once.
Here it is. Some fell behind this sign. Here we go.
I feel like you're just guessing at this point in time. No. Ah, Carla, do you think you have yours?
I think so. I think I counted it.
You are correct!
All right!
She got it right!
I counted things carefully, did the math.
I can't believe she beat me.
We can, because now it's about speed. But when we talk about tithe, we also get to remember that God can use so much more with our tithe than we could ever imagine. Let's jump over to Miss Lacey and see what she has to help us explain this a little bit better.
So we've learned 3 points about money. Point number 4 is a little different. It says it's be creative. Be creative. How does that have anything to do with money? Well, here's how it works. You may not have a lot of money or like a job, right? You guys are too young to have a job. So you have to be creative with how you guys can earn some money. Maybe you do some extra chores. Maybe you make something and you try to sell it. There's lots of different ways that God can use you to earn money still. Now, no matter what amount of money you have though, that you give to Jesus, all of it's matters, big or small. Just like this little experiment we're about to do. We're gonna just put in a little bit of stuff and we're gonna see what happens to it. Here's the thing. God uses something small to do big things. Just like in the Bible, there was this lady who had very little offering. And people in front of her were watching. Jesus was watching with the disciples, and people were giving lots and lots of money, big donations, tons of money. And this little lady came in, and she was a widow, so she didn't have a husband anymore, and she gave just a little bit. And Jesus said, that woman right there, she gave more than everyone else. And the disciples were so confused. How could that woman who just gave a little bit give more than all these people who'd given tons and tons of money? And Jesus said it was because she gave everything that she had. Those people had a lot of money. So for them to give a lot of money, it was not a big deal for them. She gave everything she had to Jesus. And God wants you to do the same thing. He wants you to be willing to give to him so that he can use your gift to do great big things.
All right, boys and girls, now that we're almost through our lesson, I need your help. We need to figure out which of these verses is the correct memory verse. This might sound like an easy challenge for you, but I think it might be harder than it looks. Can you help me work through and find the correct verse? So our first one here says, honor your mother and father, but do not give your best to your brothers and sisters. Proverbs 3:9. I got confused by that one. I think we can get rid of it. Our next one says, honor the Lord with your wealth and with the best part of everything you produce. Proverbs 3:9. I don't know, that sounds like it could be it. Let's check this one out. Honor Pastor Lindsay with your chocolate and with all your snacks. Proverbs 3:9. I mean, I guess maybe you guys need to bring her some snacks? I don't know. Our third one, honor the Lord with your wealth, but not with the best part of everything you produce. Proverbs 3:9. So these two are super similar. But if I read this one over, it says, honor the Lord with your wealth and with the best part of everything you produce. Proverbs 3:9. And I think since this one says, but not with the best, we can get rid of this one. And here is our memory verse. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the best part of everything you produce. Proverbs 3:9.
We've had a great lesson learning all about the detour sign with you. Remember, on the road, the detour sign means we have to go a different way. In our kingdom lives, it means that we follow God's way even when it is different from what we believe is right. God can do way more with our time, our talent, our money, and lives than we can ever imagine. We hope you have had a great week this week and can't wait to see you again next week for another fantastic time at a Calvary Kids lesson.